Hello, welcome to Frank's School, 152nd day of the fourth year, fourth video. I'm putting these videos all together. I think it would probably be too much for one day in a classroom, but anyway, I'm going to explain a little bit about the one that's coming. I'm going to call it From Sintra Back to Lisbon, and I'll put it on today still. What we did was we took a bus. There are some bus routes, and it's called hop on, hop off. I think it's a good deal. I think it's the thing to do. It didn't serve us so well because it was so late and we didn't have that much time, but I'm glad we did it so I understood the system. With that bus route, for a given price, I think it's €5, you can get on and get off, and I think there's 3 different routes. The one goes out to the ocean, Cabo da Roca, which I'd love to see sometime. At that time, we sort of thought we'd see it on the way back from north, but we didn't. In this trip, we didn't see it, and I've still never seen that. We took the route that went up to the Moorish Castle and the Pena Palace. Now, let's see. Here's a guidebook for Sintra that I believe I bought 45 years ago. Paper must be good. And yeah, what you're looking at actually is a view down at the National Palace, or the Royal Palace, from up at the Moorish Castle. Now, as Thomas said, the Hawkings didn't do very much filming in that Royal Palace. I don't believe they did, or photographs. But as Thomas said, it is so thoroughly photographed, and there's so much online, on YouTube or whatever, about these very famous sites. So the Royal Palace, also sometimes called the National Palace, it would be very easy to find if you're interested, and you'll see better than we could have done. The Moorish Castle, also many videos on YouTube or wherever. And we actually didn't stop and walk out there. We were running late. It was something that had happened really for 2 days in a row. We had gotten late starts, and then the Pena Palace, I was there. The second time I was in Portugal, again 45 years ago, I went to the Pena Palace, and it's sometimes compared to Neuschwanstein in Germany. I wasn't that taken with it back then, and I haven't been in that big a hurry to go back to it. But it's very popular among tourists, and it would be very easy to get there without having to have your own car because of that bus route. I think that bus route's good. One thing though, if you tend to get motion sick, oh boy, that bus, it snakes back and forth as it climbs that little mountain. Now, a little bit of the filming I did, of the woods, I tried to capture that a little bit. Portugal is sometimes called the Amazon of Europe because there's such a wide variety of species there. You can't really capture it from what I filmed, but that's one of the reasons I was filming into the woods on that mountainside. Sintra, especially with its volcanic soil and its ample rainfall, the ecology is fascinating. It's a very interesting place. I film a lot of chimney tops. Now, I do details anyway, and maybe I'll call this DO, details from Sintra. I probably should. I'm doing that for a couple reasons. One, I've built some chimneys and I've got problems with downdrafts. And so I'm fascinated to see what do they put on the top of their chimneys. There's a lot of wind in Portugal. You'll also see some beautiful tiles. These are more modern tiles. Azulejos is the word in Portuguese. You'll see on the way back, you'll see the Aqueduct of Free Waters, Águas Livres, Portuguese, Spanish. You'll see it from the train. That's at the station Campo Lido. Well, I had been fascinated enough by that, and that 2 years before, this would be well, I don't know why that's 3. Because I think it was, I might have that number wrong. But anyway, I'll put the link on there. 40th day, second video. Yeah, I think that's right. After, that was when Shirley and I traveled. She was my driver. And after she'd gone back, and I had a day left in Lisbon, and one of the things I did that day, I went to the botanical garden, And then I walked until I came to that aqueduct, and I walked down the aqueduct. So if you would like to see, well, what's it look like to be under that big thing? Well, there's the video, and I'll give the link. Although you probably would want to start, no, I didn't write it down. Maybe I'll write it in the description. At maybe the 3rd or 4th minute. I'm just not sure about that. All right, and finally, I've already got the 5th year first video, 5th year first day second video online. I already did that, but I haven't done the first one. I'm going to do that. Now, before the Hawklings and I head north in this trip, head in a rented car, head north into Portugal, I'm going to pause for just a couple days and get the 5th year started. The 5th year is going to be a very, very different from what I've done in the past. And since I've already begun to put videos on, I think I better back up and explain what is going to happen in this 5th year. So there you have it for today. Bye for now.